Yo, guys, I want to talk about accountability really quick and its power. Accountability is super powerful. It is underrated, and a lot of people often see it as weakness. And this video is really being prompted by a situation in my work environment. Um, I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but I think that a lot of leaders, I think one of the main traits of a good leader is taking accountability, especially when either they make a mistake or when the team makes a mistake. I think that a great leader, when the team makes a mistake, is somebody that makes sure to hold himself accountable when with for that mistake, regardless if they were a part of it or not. Because at the end of the day, a leader is responsible for his team, and so if you're going through your day to day, one of the things that I realized, one of the huge lessons when it comes to communication, relationships, fulfilling relationships, being heard, being trusted, is knowing when to take responsibility and knowing how to take it. And I think, and one of the best rules that I live by is, when I go and communicate to somebody that I have an issue, I always make sure to take responsibility for whatever portion that I can. So, for example, if there is a misunderstanding or I am angry at somebody for something they said, and there ends up being a conflict, etc., I always start with apologizing for any misunderstanding, any way of communication that I was involved, that I could have said. I think that immediately drops the guard of the other individual, because they understand that, hey, I'm here with you. I'm apologizing because I care about you, and this isn't just about me throwing shit onto you. It's about me bringing our shit together and trying to see if we can figure it out together. And it's worked so well for me, at least with my relationship with my wife, but also just overall. And if you guys are going through your day to day, if you have authority, maybe you have people that you work under, or maybe you have a father, or maybe just, I don't know, it doesn't matter, any relationship. The rule is that responsibility, taking accountability, is one of the most powerful things that you can do. And what's another thing that I could talk about in reference to that? I think that give me a second. So I think that the reason it is so powerful is because it allows the individual to trust you, and it's almost like, if people want to take this to the dark side, it can be very manipulative. And I've seen it where, especially if you're in a position of authority already and you start to apologize, you could almost get away with anything. Why? Because people never hear the word sorry. People, like, it is so hard to find individuals who are capable of saying sorry, who are capable of taking responsibility. Shit, I fucked up, you know what, let me make that right. It is so hard to do that. And I realized in my life that almost like, and I learned this also in a book in negotiation and sales, almost like overdo the level of, like, how bad you feel for your fuck up. So like in sales, they would say, if you ever make a mistake or anything, almost like overdo it. Like the guy would say, like, I am the most terrible person in the world, I am so sorry. Like that would be a great tactic, because once you start to overdo it, the other person just starts feeling bad. Like, you know what, it's actually not that big of a deal. Like, this guy's feeling so bad about it for this mistake, it's not that big of a deal. It's almost like they want to make you feel better, and they end up forgiving you for whatever happened. So it is a very powerful tool. It can be very manipulative, and these tools, they're just tools. It just depends on who the person is and how they wield them. What I have learned, though, is that the more I say sorry, the more I start to care. Like, you can't be an individual who just says sorry and not actually feels what it means to feel sorry, to ask for forgiveness. And I want to go back on one of the other points that I said, which is nobody ever hears the word sorry. And it might be true, it might not be true, but what I believe is that 80 to 95% of the population doesn't know how to take responsibility. And if you begin to do it, you're already ahead of all those people. You already stand out. That's one great way to stand out and to develop great relationships. People love you, dude, because you're the kind of dude that cares about people. You read the book. You read the book on how to win friends and influence people. That's what it's about. It's about caring, being interested. You're interesting because you're interested. And in relationships, another thing that I've learned is that it's almost automatic. The moment I say sorry to my wife, she begins to say sorry. And the moment that she says sorry to me, I immediately want to say sorry, because now it's not about me defending my position. She's coming to me being like, you know what, I fucked up. I'm sorry. I recognize where you're at, and I know that I can do better. I know that we can do better together. And immediately you just want to let things go. You just want to drop it. And so I know also that the first one to say sorry wins. Like, once you say sorry, you've already won. Whether that person reacts and treats you like shit or blows up in your face or whatever, you already won, dude. Because you already let it go. Like, you're the one that owned up to it. And so the individual is gonna be salty because they can't believe the fact that, like, it's even worse. Not only do you fuck up, you say sorry, and then they still blow up in your face. Depends on what you did, you know. Like, obviously, if you did something like really bad that was intentional, then yeah, things are gonna be different. But if you did something that, you know, was a misunderstanding or miscommunication, etc., immediately the feedback is just gonna be there. Now, why does accountability make a man? Why does it make a man? Like, how does it make a man? I think that a lot of people are afraid of saying sorry because, you know, a lot of people are afraid of carrying that weight. It is a weight, because it's like taking responsibility for your actions means that you understand the consequences, and you're willing to pay for it. You're willing to pay for the consequences, because if you don't say sorry, if you don't take accountability, then you don't know anything. You don't have to pay anything to anybody. You're just doing. But the moment you take responsibility, people will hold you accountable. And that's the thing for me also. Like, I know that every time I say sorry, I am wanting to go back to that individual and want to be like, I want to reinforce the fact that I am this person that actually gives a shit. I want to let them know that that I do care, because me saying I'm sorry is me signaling that I care. And now I'm almost like giving them permission to hold me accountable. And I know that is very powerful. So know that's also one of the consequences. Like, you can't use this as a manipulative tactic, but people will find you. People will catch you. Like, you can't escape that. You stay long enough, and people see that you're just saying sorry and then turn your back, bro, you're done. Not only are you an asshole, but you're a manipulative asshole, and nobody's gonna want you in their life. But aside from that, like I said, there's also a work that works on me. Like, this isn't about me just telling you what works. This is about me telling you what I've learned through what works, because now I'm a different man. I'm a better man, and I hope that you become a better person out of this also. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Like, the way because I say sorry, I have to be even more accountable for what I do. And yeah, so I'm gonna say that. And what else? Yeah, that's it, man. I think it's a powerful thing to do. I think that you will change the way that people treat you. I think you will change the way that people treat each other. It's like that past video. Like, who has ever said sorry to an individual? You know, there might be people that have gone through their life for years having somebody never say sorry to them. And that's how people operate. You know, people like to operate and be like, oh yeah, sorry, yeah, okay. Like, immediately diverting that responsibility. So I'm gonna now that I'm recording this, I'm actually gonna message the group chat right now to my job, just to like something happened and pissed me off. I was gonna talk to my manager about it, but like I wasn't able to. I'll be doing it tomorrow, but I'm not gonna let that go. Yeah, I mean, shit, dude. Like, this is it. This is life, bro. This is life. Like, like, I know where I'm at. I think that I've learned that accountability makes a man. And I hope that you found this helpful. Say sorry more often. Obviously, not for the things that you shouldn't, right? Like, don't just say sorry for everything. But say sorry and understand the value of that. Hopefully, this helped with that. All right. Take care. Stay lucid. Peace.